Hello Dreamers, welcome to the Reddit review. So before we begin, I just wanted to let you know that I'm gonna be gone for the whole week until next Sunday, going on a little vacation with my wife, but I have prepared a video for every single day where I'm gonna be gone. Unfortunately, that means that we're probably not gonna be able to cover any update news. Which brings me to the question, where is the update and where is the update news? The good news for me is that it doesn't seem likely right now that update is going to drop on the next Wednesday where I'm going to be gone. So hopefully it's going to drop the Wednesday after that so I can make it back and be able to enjoy the update as soon as it drops. Some of the things I hear about is that according to Dreamlight League's community, there is one more dream snap that was added in the previous update that currently hasn't been a challenge yet. So technically, according to dream snaps, if you believe that the amount of dream snaps they add each update is exactly how many weeks until the next update, that means that there is one more dream snap, so update has to come after the next week. So probably on February 26th. Plus, it's literally the last chance to release the update in late winter as they promised in the roadmap. Plus, they're not going to have any more Dream Snap challenges in the game, so they will have to release the update. So, 99% probability the update is going to happen on February 26th, which is great. I'm going to be back and I'm going to be making lots of awesome new content. But before the update arrives, let's see what you guys been up to on Reddit last week. My husband's proud project, but I'm laughing so hard I can't breathe. Oh, wow. Is that like deforestation? That is so cool. So this is the forest and this is the thing that breaks down all the trees and then they process it. And it's like a wood factory. Wow, I've never seen anything like it in Disney Dreamlight Valley. It has definitely a very unique... It's a very unique take on this cozy and kind game. Just deforestate the entire place. Well, good news! We have unlimited trees to be placed from our inventories, so no matter how much this contraption destroys, we can always place more. This is awesome, so creative. It finally happened for me. I feel like from all the comments I see people hoping for things to come to Premium Shop, I feel like Figaro is the most wanted item. For people who missed out or maybe didn't have enough Moonstones at a time, they've been waiting for this item the most. And I can understand. It's cute. This is the only critter that probably most of us have at home. So if you have a kitty at home, I can totally understand wanting to have a kitty in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Plus, it comes with a cute house and one of the best Dream Snap poses in the game, in my opinion. So, absolutely worth it. If you see it in your premium shop, I highly recommend getting it. Been working on my farm area. And this is where I'd put my barn. If I had one, yeah, the barn is a pretty cool building. It's not gonna lie, it's not my favorite building in the game, but it's definitely unique. I almost wish that it wasn't a Toy Story barn. I almost wish it was just a generic rundown barn without no like chicken in front or like parking lot in front. That makes no sense. Like most people I see flip it backwards, so the back of the barn is their front because it looks more as a barn from the back, and it seems like most people care about the barn look. So the whole front of that building is wasted on a lot of people. And yeah, I would love to have, maybe we can get it not as a house skin, but as a furniture item. Just like we have a firehouse, maybe we can get a barn in one of the future star paths. That would be awesome. Don't build these. The Princess and the Frog chest. I'm gonna have to agree with this. I've seen some people being very excited about this new little chest, and it's cute. It's small. However, 25 petrified wood, it's just ridiculously expensive. Like, petrified wood, at least for me, for some reason, I'm always running out of it. It's so hard to get. And, I guess green frog snippets, unless you have a giant farm for snippets. It's a pretty expensive item to craft. And I think the point this person is trying to make is that it only has 2 rows of space in it. So it's absolutely not worth it. If this was a large chest on the inside, I would say absolutely worth it, but for 2 rows of storage, probably not worth it. Yeah, that's a good tip. Only build it if you want it for specific room for decoration, but don't build it as an actual storage that you're gonna use for your storage system. That ugly treehouse in the Forgotten Lands. I haven't seen a single person that actually likes the treehouse. I'm 100% convinced that Gameloft is going to give us an ability to either move this house. So why do I think it's not movable? Because I think there is still more in the story that's connected to this house. If you remember, when we just started playing, there was a giant rock in the Forgotten Lands where the treehouse is. And then at some point when we got to the Forgotten Quest with Fairy Godmother, the rock wasn't movable, by the way. So it was just like huge immovable rock. Then it turned into huge immovable treehouse. So my theory is that we cannot move it because it's still probably going to turn into something. Maybe it's going to turn into actual Forgotten's house. And then we'll be able to move it just like any other house. That's my theory. Let me know, what do you guys think? But this is a very good way to mask it. I've seen so many different ideas of people just building around it, trying to incorporate it in the design. It's very hard. It's very hard to do. This is a very solid attempt. The new walls definitely help to mask it. And I don't know why, this kind of gives me a vibe of the bus stop with the bench and the little entrance. By the way, I love how this Ratatouille entrance aligns with the castle wall entrance. It's a really cool build. I love it. Is there any way to make a dress like this in the game? I haven't experimented too much with making clothes, but you're all so talented. I would be very interested to see if anybody managed to do this. I would definitely not be able to make it. Oh yeah, I guess no dresses that we have drapes on the arms like that. So unfortunately, if the base dress cannot get close, it's going to be very difficult. It's possible to create a similar dress, but it's not going to be as detailed and have as many folds and layers as this picture. Xena, warrior princess. That's my childhood. Back in Ukraine, when I was a little boy, I was watching Xena. It was one of my favorite shows. I literally found like a disc. I'm not entirely sure what it's for. It's like a circle disc with a hole in the middle. Basically, if you watch Xena, you know what I'm talking about. She throws these metal discs and they like defy all laws of physics and just take out all of the bad guys, and somehow without killing them. I don't know, if somebody flings a metal sharp disc at you, there is no way you're gonna survive that. So, but somehow they did in the movie. So I made myself, I didn't make it, I found it, and I would try to throw it at a tree so it will bounce from a tree and then fly. It was so much fun. I love the show, and I love to see it represented in Disney Dreamlight Valley. You nailed it. Honestly, this is so obvious who it is. It's a fantastic build. Pickle Me Elmo with Farm Island. Let's take a look. Okay. Wow. So you got probably every single crop. I've seen so many different designs of a similar island. Some people just plant... basically, the main difference is how big the fields are. I've seen people have 5x5 for each crop, 6x6, 7x7. I like this one because it has more than just crops. It has other buildings. It has the middle area. Basically, a lot of things that together make for much more interesting farm. I like it. Me refreshing this sub every minute, hoping for news on the update. To be fair, if you want to get the news on the update as soon as they drop, usually they drop them at 12 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure. Depends on your time zone. It's going to be different time. But for me, it's 12 p.m. Eastern. And I usually check Twitter or X. But I know they also post on Instagram and Discord. So if you want like the freshest, definitely check their social media at 12 p.m. Eastern every day. That's how you're going to be one of the first ones to find out the news. If I were to guess when we're going to start getting the information about the update, I'm going to guess on Monday, because they usually don't post anything significant on the weekend. So my guess would be Monday we're going to get maybe a Star Path clue for the next Star Path, and I cannot wait to not be able to do anything about it because I'm not going to be here. Great timing. I almost wish they released the update this week. This way I would be able to cover the most important things, make a lot of update videos, and then go on vacation. That would be great. But At least it seems like it's not gonna drop when I'm away, so I'm thankful for little victories. Why is this fridge lumpy? That's a good question. That is so weird. I have no idea. I wonder if people have any clue. Update on Satan's refrigerator. It's back to normal. Feels like a threat. What? So it just randomly got lumpy and then it went back to normal? That does not sound right. Finally found out what to do with all the rugs I don't use. So you put them in front of two large screens. I wonder why do you need to do anything with the rugs you don't use? If you don't use them, just, I don't know, maybe keep them in your inventory. I've seen a lot of people actually asking for ability to sell the items back. Like, some people just don't want to have certain items in their inventory. Something that you crafted or something you bought from Scrooge but you don't want. Just be able to sell it back to him. I don't know. I'm completely the opposite. I love having as many of each item as possible. Even if I don't need it right now, I would still like to have at least maybe 5 to 10 just to have it, because the problem is when I want to decorate, if I don't have a certain item in my inventory, it will not show up. So having every single item, at least a couple of them, guarantees that I'm going to see whenever I go into my furniture mode. It guarantees that I'm going to see every single item that I have available to me. And sure, it might make it much more difficult to scroll, but that's why we have favorite section now. So you can mark your favorite items in your furniture. So every time you open the category, your favorite items are going to show up first. I feel like this solves the problem with making it much more difficult to sort through things. If you don't like something, just... oh, you can actually even remove it now, I think. Wait. Pretty sure there is a way to hide things in your inventory. So instead of needing to place them, you can just hide them. If there is something you never use and cannot see yourself ever using, just hide it. And then if you ever need to check on it, you can always unhide it later. Hear me out. Well, first of all, I'm gonna see you out because this is a beautiful picture. I hope this was your bookworm submission, but let's hear you out. I think it would be awesome if we could get a system put in the game where if we are using the backpacks instead of the wings, that we could access an extra storage from our backpacks, even if it's just the same amount of slots as a medium chest. It would be nice because I don't do a valley cleanup very often and my inventory gets full real fast, especially when I clean the beach. Or even make the backpack craftable. And on the craft bowl under it, it could take up one space in our inventories, and you could open it like you would open a dreamsnap chest, kind of. Okay, I like the idea of backpacks. I do feel like my storage gets full all the time. It's... yeah, that would be good. Be able to craft it, maybe make different tiers of backpacks and make them like ridiculously expensive, like some of the higher tiers that can potentially double your inventory. I would, instead of having additional backpacks, so additional inventory, instead I would rather increase my main inventory. So if I wear a backpack, it adds like maybe an extra row or an extra column, or just increases my inventory. And based on the level of the backpack I wear, make it increase the inventory by more. But also, if you wear a backpack, that means you can fly with your wings. So maybe backpack should be something not literal, like literally wearing a backpack, but instead just something that you can apply to your inventory to increase your storage. I don't know. There's many ways you can handle increasing the storage. What do you guys think? What would be the best way to increase the carrying capacity for the character in this game, in your opinion? Was I the only one who didn't know this? The whole time, almost every morning, I go to Scrooge's store before I start my day just to see what items I can buy. I didn't know until recently that each Scrooge store has different items. Yep, it's a recent feature. It just happened in the last update, so you haven't missed much. It's pretty new. So from now on, you can check all the stores, but to be honest, very soon, you're probably gonna not have anything new in either of these stores. So enjoy it while you still have new items. No news from Disney about update. I was hoping they would drop the update and start Pass tomorrow, which was 3 days ago, but they haven't done any post or announcements, so I don't think it's likely. They normally do emoji teaser, so the most I'm anticipating for tomorrow is a post saying, guess who's coming in the valley, and a 7 to 14 days countdown. Yes, still no news. Still no news, and probably not until tomorrow. It's disappointing because Valentine is on Friday. Okay, so the thing about holidays and updates, I've seen quite a few posts, people being really disappointed that the update didn't drop on the Valentine's Day. But there is also a chance that the Star Path is not going to have anything to do with Valentine's Day, because we literally had a whole Star Path, pretty much, last year, themed after Valentine's Day. I do believe we might get a couple items, because we are getting a couple, Jasmine and Aladdin, in the next update, which means potentially there could be some love-related items. But if I were to guess, we barely have any Aladdin items or Agrabah stuff, like the old-fashioned... I mean, there is some stuff. There's like the market stalls. There is a lot of items from Eternity Isle that could fit into that category. But if you don't have Eternity Isle, you don't have any of those items. So I feel like the Star Path is going to focus on bringing more of that kind of items for people who don't have DLC. And for people who do have DLC, they'll be able to build probably a lot of stuff, like a whole Agrabah with markets, with buildings. Oh, I want some house skins from like that could fit in Agrabah. Maybe we'll get a palace. Right now we have a small craftable palace. I want to get a house skin that is a palace. That would be awesome. Anyway, I would not be mad if the Star Path is not Valentine Day themed, because we just got one last year. I think it's fair for them to take a year off, and then maybe next year we're gonna get another one with some newer items. Oh, this is interesting. Star Path, as of February 12th, is showing 13 days remaining to spend tokens. There we go. That is as strong of an indication of the update date as you can possibly find. Wait, do I have that timer in the game? I don't see the timer, but it says completed. Maybe if I didn't collect every single item, then it will tell me, but I don't see any timers. But yeah, if on February 12th it says 13 days, that would make it literally February 26th. So yeah, pretty much a week and 3 days. What is it? 10 days. In 10 days, we're going to have an update. Pretty good. Honestly, pretty good timing for me. And next week, we're going to be getting lots of news and teasers. Confession, I skipped nearly all dialogue. I just smashed the skip button for all interactions. What is the best stuff I'm missing out on? I feel like a lot of people do that. That's why I get a lot of comments on my quest videos. People love them because they actually get to experience the dialogues, because they usually skip them in their own game. I've seen lots of people say they love Scar's personality, so I try to give him the time of day, but reading is so boring for me and kind of hurts my eyes. Since small text, I find myself wanting to skip. There have been only a few quests that caught my eye that I actually read, but majority of the time, I just want to get my quest list and go. Also, I did read the Forgotten Memories quest, since people were saying it was really good, emotional. I mean, it's hard to tell. Some quests are worth reading, some are not. The only way to find out is to actually read it. Sometimes you'll read it and you're like, it was okay, but I could have done without it. Oh yeah, Gaston. Gaston's quests are some of my favorite quests in the game. So if you are going to read some quests, I highly recommend Gaston quests. He's hilarious, his personality is amazing, and his lines are just... I don't think I laughed so hard of any other quests in this game. Alright guys, on this note, we're gonna end this Reddit review. I hope you had I hope you had fun, and I hope that we're gonna get some news on the next update soon. And I'm looking forward to see what quality of life changes we're gonna get. I might not be able to make full-blown videos on the update stuff while I'm away, but I will definitely make posts on the community wall on YouTube about anything that I manage to find out about the update, any teasers, any spoilers, anything that Gameloft decides to share. I'm gonna make sure to post on the wall, so subscribe not to miss it. Thank you so much for watching, gamers. I'll see you in the next one, and take care.
Oh, nice day we're having, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. Woohoo!
Amazing. Gotta tell you, it is really beautiful here. Hey, nice to see you.
Oh, hello.
Are you seeing this?
Oh.